All right, y'all, it's been a long time since I've done any type of boxing analysis. So here we go. This is going to be Charles Martin versus AJ, the hype of London, the king of London, the gold medalist of London. Everybody loves this man in the UK. Can he beat the American? That is the question that we're here to discuss today. My answer to that is no. I don't believe he can beat the American, and I'm going to tell you why. Now, for AJ to win this fight, he has to do what he has been doing. No different. He needs to come at Martin hard, fast, and strong. He has got to get Martin out within the first 5 rounds. If he doesn't, the fight is over. AJ has not had enough time to develop into the stamina that he needs to be able to go to 12. Well, yeah, 12 rounds now. It's a title fight. So, what I base that off of is whenever he fought Dillian Whyte, who's not even a top 50 world-ranked fighter, hasn't even fought a top 50 world-ranked fighter himself, nor has AJ. But a half-dead Dillian Whyte almost knocked out AJ, and that's a bad sign for a chin. When a man who can barely move catches you and almost knocks you out, you got some problems with your chin, your defense, and opening yourself up. Now, the good things about AJ is, like I said, he needs to come strong, hard, fast, just like he's been doing, because Charles Martin is a very slow starter. He is on turtle pace for the first 5 to 6 rounds. And then, once he hits around that 5-6 marker, the tempo starts to get faster and faster and faster every round, every minute, every second. He's speeding up, and his timing is getting better and better and better. It's like he gets way more comfortable the longer it goes. So with AJ being a fast starter, not a good late time, I won't say finisher because he can finish with the knockouts, but he's not a second half fighter. He needs to get this fight over with fast. So that is the plan for AJ. With Martin, you got to start faster. If you do not start faster against a guy like AJ, this could be your downfall. You might not be able to make it through the first 4 to 6 rounds. If you cannot do that, at least make it to that 5th round marker, then you've done lost by a knockout. You have got to put pressure on him to keep him off of you. Now, it's going to be hard because he's taller than you. He's bigger than you. So for you to apply the pressure, it's going to be very tactical how you do this. You're going to have to catch him with your counter punches. By counter punches, I mean you're going to have to use that lead left. That jab is a counter. You're going to have to keep him from throwing that right hand. Every time he opens up, you got to catch him. Boom, and then be out. Boom, then be out. Boom, then be out. You cannot move slow. If you move like you have iron boots on in the water, you're done. You're going to lose this. So this is just a real fast video to break down. What I see happening is AJ comes strong. I think Martin will weather it. And once Martin weathers it, I see AJ tiring the farther this goes on. And I really, really, truly believe AJ is going to be knocked out by the end of the fight. He's going to go out. He's going to be floored. He's going to be beat. He's going to be embarrassed. Now, on the flip side of that, if AJ has had a revamp in a very short amount of time of his fighting style to where he's more well-placed with punches, he doesn't open up wildly like he has a tendency to do when he thinks people are hurt. If he can learn to fight on the back foot and catch him with counters and not be so offensively aggressive, he might be able to last the 12 rounds. But it really comes down to who is technically a more skilled boxer. And I really believe Martin is the more technical boxer. He has crisper punches, especially as it goes further down. He's got a better sense of timing that he's had to develop with the slower starts and the slower pace. And on top of that, when Martin attacks, he does punches in bunches. Whereas AJ kind of like 1-2s you. He 1-2s you or ones you until he thinks you're hurt. Then he comes on. But he's got to catch you first. And the problem with that is with a guy who's very crisp, it just boom, boom, move, move, boom, 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 move, move. It's hard when you get a sharpshooter to catch that one big one. So, like I said, I believe that Martin will be the victor of a knockout over AJ. I think AJ is going to tire the further this goes on. And I don't per se think that this is going to be a testament to AJ's chin, although that is in question. I think this is going to be more of a testament of his actual physical fitness, how much stamina, endurance he has to last. I think this knockout is going to come from him just not having anything left in the tank. I don't think it's going to so much have to do with the power of the punch as it is he's just going to be winded. He's not going to be able to take the accumulation of punches that are going to come his way past, say, the 8th round. Because I'm telling y'all, when y'all watch this, if it makes it to around that 8th round marker, every round after that, you are going to watch an onslaught. It is going to look like the first 4 rounds of how I believe AJ is going to fight this fight, but in the last 8 rounds, and it's going to be Martin doing it. So this is going to be like a domino effect. It's just the first domino is hit, and then all that weight of the dominoes are just stacking up on top of AJ the longer this goes. And the question is, how much of this weight can he take? I don't think he can do it, but we're going to find out how good he trained. I don't believe he can last 12 rounds based off of his other fights. I see how bad he gets winded. I don't believe he's skilled enough based off of Dillian Whyte. But no matter who wins this fight between Martin, who I called a long time ago as a top prospect, and he's a champion now, and AJ, I think Martin winning the belt this early was bad for his career. I think he needed another good 5 to 6 fights before he stepped up. I do applaud him for taking the challenge. And AJ, I think AJ needs about 10 more fights before he gets on this level. Because once both these guys, win or lose, whichever one retains that title or wins the title, the problem is going to be, who do they fight next? I don't think either one of them is ready for Ortiz. I don't think either one of them is even ready for a Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is kind of the same boat as AJ. A little bit of Martin, although I believe Martin's had stronger opponents than Wilder. But Wilder's had so many opponents that I believe he even has more experience than both these guys. So he's going to be in there against a Wilder, a Tyson Fury, or a Klitschko. And even now, David Hayes coming back. And when they're forced to fight guys like this, I think it is too early in their development to be on that high of a level. So this is going to be an interesting fight. It's going to be an early fighter against a late fighter. And, you know, I just think that either one of these guys having this belt is very bad for their career. And if they do retain this belt, I only hope that whether Martin retains or AJ wins, I really hope that they take the time to develop and they don't get thrown into the deep waters, because I believe either one's going to drown. I do like Charles Martin. I think he's a cool dude. You know, I hope he comes up to the ring grilled out with the chains on, just to do that little bit of intimidation to AJ. But I will say, though, one time before I conclude this, that AJ does have a chance. He could possibly knock him out in the early rounds. That's what it's going to come down to. Can Martin weather the storm? If he cannot, it's over. If he can, then he's going to lose. Now, if this goes to decision, I find it very hard to believe that Martin will walk away with the decision. I think it's going to be just like the other fight I called, where I still to this day believe that Saunders lost. And, you know, unfortunately, London has a way of rigging scorecards in closer fights. They don't always give it to the winner. They give it to the hometown favorite, which, you know, is a problem in boxing. I don't like it when people go to Germany or Russia and it happens to them, or they come to America and they lose because they're not Americans. I don't like that in the sport, and I'm fearful that if it does manage to go 12 rounds, unless AJ just completely snowballs, Martin completely snowballs AJ from the beginning to end, if it's a close fight, he'll lose the belt on decision. But I don't think either way it goes. I don't think it's going to be a close fight. I think it'll be a before 4th round knockout or at the 8th round knockout. It's the only way I really see this fight going down. Hope y'all enjoyed it. And peace till next time in my new house I'll be living in.